Well, good morning. Second Fix or Fixing Carpentry. Um, this session, we're actually going to be looking at all the material that entails finishing off all the internal linings. And so if we actually have a look at the snip image I've got here for actual carpentry second fix, including lockup, we've got 5 steps. Step 1, we need to calculate all the door jambs, and I'll put a specification there, door jambs being 110 by 32. Most of my career, that was the size. They use these piddly little 110 by 19 MDF, which is absolutely pathetic. Maybe this is more of an indication of the quality that I was working with compared to your residential carpenters now, or builders nowadays. We need to list all the doors, internal and external. In section 27 on your spreadsheet is a list of requirements. There's also a takeoff of the AVES, which is short for architraves, and skirting. We also need to cover hardware, so lock sets, hinges, screws, weather seals, and the only other thing that we're going to need, of course, is our house plan, which will give us an indication of how many 820 doors we've got, how many 720s or anything like that. I can get rid of this here and say I don't want to keep it. And here is a list of all the material that you need to establish around about the number of doors and the like. So I'm just going to do the first couple. And so here we've got external doors, window 1, window 3. Now what we better do, just to make sure we got this right, okay, window 3 is the back door and window 1 is the front door. And if we go over here, we find that the entry door, okay, it's actually an 820 door. It's not a 1210 door. It's actually got a side light. And then we look at 3 over here, and we've got 900, okay? And so there are our 2 doors. Now, in the actual carpentry second fix, we would allow material to go around the windows and doors and things like that. And so we'll have some sizes, or we have plaster reveals. Now that's a choice at the of the owners as to what sort of finish they want around their windows. Excuse me. The problem being, of course, plaster reveals, they're okay, but they're cheap and nasty. Um, and actually having a timber reveal is a much nicer job, but that's coming from the perspective of myself as a carpenter, rather than somebody who perhaps is saying, well, hang on, I don't want to spend that much money. All right, have a look over here. You can actually see bathroom doors. Now, generally, all bathroom doors used to be 720. Now over here, we've got a couple of cavity sliding doors, CSD, cavity sliding doors. So you buy a pocket. Generally, the width in the stud-work opening is double the size of the door. So 720, 14, 50, probably 1500, and you've got another one here, cavity slider. Now, the great thing about cavity sliders, and I tell this to all my students because my own home, I have cavity sliders everywhere. 38 years later, they are still working well. They were a good quality cavity slider, not a cheap one. And once or twice a year, I have to go through and just give them a bit of a wipe with a cloth, the track that is, because believe it or not, even though you've got a pelmet, you get dust in it. But have a look around the bedroom. If you had swing doors, see how much area. So for every swing door, you actually have a 900 by 900 no-go zone. Okay, so for example, Here we have a larger door, slightly bigger, but you've got this square area, which is a no-go zone. So that's a problem when we actually work with swing doors. And so it does actually impede the into the actual area of the room. All right. Now the rest of it is pretty simple. We can actually go through and work out all these different sizes. And then when you need to, you actually just pull this up and off we go. All right, so what I'm going to do is just bring that through there. So external doors, one or two. I mean, really hard to do this bit, okay? Just simply there's two. There's one front door, there's one back door. Okay, it's not really a size. Now, have a look, external, internal doors, laundry, bathroom, bedroom, one and two, garage, okay? Not window four, okay? So one, two, three, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So probably 5. And that's all I'm looking for. Okay. Keep it simple. The price is all in the Excel spreadsheet. And so all you need to do is put that calculation in there. Okay. So how many cavity sliding doors do we have? 2. Okay. We have one into the walk-in robe and one into the ensuite. And so you could just simply actually bung it like that. And there you go. Garage door deleted. Okay, that was actually door 4, and so that's nothing. All right, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we could just go through like that, and that is important because we're going to be actually using that. Now, there's a couple of different sizes here in regards to doors. So I'm just going to go like that and plonk it there. And so here we have it. There's our 5 doors. So we're going to need 5 2040 by 820 doors. There they are there. And we're also going to need 2 2040 by 760 doors for the cavity sliders. All right. So in quick order, it's pretty cool. Now, the only thing we've got to look at is solid core doors. And you need that for your external doors. Now, today, every night, without exception, you got some idiot who smashes through a front door because they think you're either a drug lord or you're loaded. And so a solid door is going to withstand that better than a cheap door. So whatever you do, try to actually get good quality doors when you do your house. All right. Now, external doors, you would always have 3 hinges. How many external doors do we have? 2. Okay, so really simply, go over here like that. Okay, they're 100 mil butt hinges. And what we can do at the front there, I'm just going to put this. Oh, it didn't actually write on there. That's a bit sad, isn't it? It should have. If we actually look at that, it may not write on my sheet. Okay, let's have a look. That's a bit. Let's have a look. I don't know why that did that, so I'm going to get rid of it. All right. So really, you're going to actually be looking at how many hinges? 6. So you're going to have 6 hinges, and we'll just go like that, not dividing, just basically 6. That's carpentry language. It's a bit unfortunate that nowadays we actually end up like, there we go, 6 100 mil butt hinges. Okay, they can be brass, they can be uh, basically powder coated. There's so many different types. It's actually ridiculous. Now, generally our hinges internal are 80 mil, okay, and they actually look a bit big. So they're a butt hinge. And so if I was to get over here, now we actually have 5 820 doors. So we're going to have 10 butt hinges. So 10 slash, and again, it's going to do this. Maybe I've got it actually in here already. I'm not sure. Okay, 10, 100. I don't know how I've got that one. So we get rid of that bit. and we get rid of that, okay, and 10 100mm butt hinges, okay, and that's it. All right. Now let's go into our plan. For the rest of this, you guys are going to actually fill this out. Okay. So how many passage sets now? How many privacy sets? And that's a choice by the owner as to what they would have. So let's have a look. So for example, it's unlikely that you're going to actually have, this would be a passage set. This would be a lock set. People are really smart today with electronics. And for example, I have a roller door that works off a remote. There's somebody in the area, and it's now been several years, that blowed if I can find it. Every now and again, only maybe the wind blows in the right direction, and my door actually lifts up automatically. So you drive into here, you're unpacking, you're walking in, you're into the kitchen, you go back out, and suddenly the actual door's up and someone's got access straight inside your house. So it's a good thing to actually have perhaps a lock set here. All right. And so again, owner's choice, but this is real. Lock set, lock set, lock set. Okay. And obviously sliding doors. Yes, you definitely have to have that. And this one, lazy draftsmanship, does not exist. Okay, so you can go through. So if we were going to say that we will want a privacy set perhaps in the bedroom, okay, um, and then all the rest of them are just basically they're like a little dinky finger grip for these sort of doors. They have to be flush because they go inside of a pocket, and that's a problem. So you guys can actually work that out. Obviously, in a bathroom, you actually want a privacy set there so that you're not in your birthday suit and someone barges in. All right. This is just simple stuff that needs to be actually taken into consideration. Now, the other factor that you may be aware of or may not is with the advent of people in wheelchairs and things like that who may have a disability and can't actually get into the bathroom if it's a 720 door. So more often than not, these are 820 where they were formerly, okay, 720s. So that's another choice that we can actually have a look at. All right, let's go back to our passage sets. You can choose that. Privacy, deadlock, garage door one, okay, and so there they are. So obviously there's going to be three of those, and so we just go up here, and there it is. And then you've got door steps. Now they all come with a set, okay, so we need to actually calculate how many sets, and then you've got finger pulls, all that sort of information, and you can fill that out. All right, let's have a look at your architraves. So an architrave, you can buy actually MDF architraves, and they are in a 5.4 meter length. Now, generally, the accepted practice is if we were to look at that, and you'd say you'd allow two 150, okay, for a style, and you'd have two of those, and then you'd also have 978 would be absolute minimum. You end up only 5278. So there you are there, 2121, and you got 1300. How many frames have we got? 5.4 by 3. So you can actually put that list in there. There it is there. And then 820 doors, you can see the same thing there. Door jambs per door. All right, you've got to have a set 5.4 by 2. All right, and so let's just see what that one comes up at. Hopefully I've got it. And okay, 5.4 by 2, 10.8. All right, over here 5.4 by 1. Now, this is incredibly simple. All right, so don't overthink it. Just you need to know that for window 3, which is a door or door 3, okay, we're going to need a 5.4 by 1, and this is all the architraves, okay? There's the 720 doors you've got either side, and you can actually fill each of those up. At the end of the day, all right, we want to know how many aves are left. And this is a formula here, how to work out these different sizes, okay? So thinking about height of the door, 2 meters and 40, plus 20, which is clearance of the floor, plus 10, plus 70, you get 2 150 and 820 plus 6 mil, which is the gap. And then this is just a little calculation. Don't get hung up on that you've got to work it out or anything like that at all. All right, MDF length, again, it's 5.4, and that's actually our sizes through there. Nearly there. Now, over here, garage. So, MDF skirting. Now, from memory, because we've only just recently finished the garage, it was 6 meters by 4 520, I think. Okay. So that would actually mean that when we're actually looking at that, we got 2 lots of 6, is 1200. Now, I don't know whether I probably have done something like that, knowing me. All right, 2 at 6 meter, 1 at 4.8, and 1 at 2.4. And that's all you have to do. Now I'm going to bring up the plan just so you can see what I'm intending there. 6 meter, 6 meter, 4.8, okay, 2.4, one piece here, one piece here. That's it. That's your skirting. All right. And you can do exactly the same here. So now remember, you need to have skirting inside your robe. You need to have it across here, and you need this length here, and you're not cutting out for windows or door. The windows are 300 high above the floor, and so therefore you need to allow for across here. Think of this around each of this area. Okay. Now it is unlikely that you would have any skirting in the laundry. Have a look at your own laundry, and normally you would have skirting tiles, not timber skirting. Okay, same in the bathroom, same in the ensuite. All the other rooms, absolutely. And so you can calculate all those through. You would not have skirting in your kitchen. All right, you'd have kickboards, okay, which are just basically a toe space. They're made of a hard-wearing material, and there's not too many wives that get into the kitchen wearing gumboots or hard-sole shoes to kick the cupboards to death. All right, it's an actual walking area. All right, so we can actually work that through. So let's go back to our takeoff. All right, you can work out the living, the bedroom, the entry, there's 2 bedrooms and the walk-in robe. Come up with the sizes, okay? Now, this is the takeoff. This is the bit there you go through, and when you're ordering material, you need to know. If you just did a cumulative total, and I know what it is, of course, it's about 24 linear meters, but I don't know what the lengths are. That's why you need to actually calculate those different lengths. Now, that's your work to do. All right. Ultimately, total amount of skirting length, total amount of door material through here. And then what will actually happen, you will have a total aves length through here. And then finally, all right, up comes our Excel sheet. And if we were to look at, first of all, second fixing, got to find it. All right, it's probably up here a bit. Fixing carpentry. All right, now, fixing carpentry, $75 per hour. All right, and so what we would need to actually have a look at over here is a considered amount of time that probably a second fix of a place like that would take a couple of days, and so you could actually easy just plonk in there. Okay, it's 16 hours because you've got 2 fellas and through that period of time, and suddenly we're starting to add up. Okay, how many solid core doors? Okay, how many hollow core doors? All right, passage sets. Now there's also the passage set over there. there's an allowance over here. Okay, we've got privacy sets, we've got the labor, and you can actually put that in there. So how long is it going to take you to, and I would be going how much, 1 hour to actually do all the work around that door. And so then the number of doors you would actually put in here. All right, over here, architrave labor, it's in a linear meter rate. So the amount of linear meters of aves, and then you put that in there. The amount of linear meters of skirting, there it is there. Skirting labor, same thing, you just put the same rate in there. How many door jam sets, you put those there, and how many door jams labor, okay, are there. And in quick order, we actually have fixing carpentry under our belt. Okay, thank you very much, guys. That's another one done and dusted. So it shouldn't take you any more than an hour to actually do this one. It's pretty straightforward. Be methodical, step by step. Look forward to catching up with you on the next part. All right.